for way down, one thing that I wanted to talk about is just when you feel down. You're making in any sort of art, you feel down at certain points because you think like, what am I doing? I can't do this. I don't. I'm not good. What I'm making is not going to be good. And also, you know, in general, you start feeling down. Either because of the workload is hitting you, or maybe like something's going not well for a moment in time, or you just get filled with anxiety because it's such a big thing to make a feature film. Um, don't worry. You trust yourself. You'll be fine. The only advice I can give you is just breathe. I have anxiety from time to time, and Lord knows, I had a couple of panic attacks when making Way Down, and even after Way Down, I would have like breakdowns because I put so much into it, and I'm doing like 90% of the work, and then so what's going out is really telling more about me than anything. A quick story was during one of the um, early test screenings I had for Way Down. It's so stupid. I was only I was only like 5 or 6 people that were watching it, but what happened during the screening was that it came to the realization that this wasn't the right version, and that this was like a way early version that had parts missing. And so it was so you know what the people were watching was, it was no way what the film was at that point in time. So one, I couldn't get feedback. Two, I was showing parts that I didn't want people to see. And three, also like for some reason in my head, I got it like, oh, this is what they think the movie is. And so as the movie went on, I quietly went to another room, and I just basically just had like a meltdown. I wasn't like screaming or anything. I was just like sinking into like a dark hole within my brain and my heart, and it totally sucked. And a couple of my friends saw this and tried to console me, and usually I just get real quiet and just kind of like start shaking my head or whatever. But um, you know, the thoughts that happen are just like, you're not gonna make it. You're not gonna make a good movie. You're not good. Your movie sucks. You suck. Your writing sucks. You don't know how to direct a film. All those negative things happen, and eventually you just pick yourself up, and then you go. You keep working. Same thing happened during filming. Something didn't work out, and I just was like, I was just done essentially, and I was just like, I'm not good. And the thing is, like, it will still happen. It will keep happening. Yeah, from pre-production to production to post-production, these feelings and thoughts will happen, and unless you're like the most greatest director of all time, who's 1,000% always sure that everything's going to work out. And if you're the most optimistic person of all time, it will happen. And 98% of people aren't the most optimistic people of all time, and we're not the best directors. Even the people out there that make the movies that you admire and love, they go through just insane emotional turmoil, and you will go through it too. Shorts is a different thing. Shorts is different because you're in, you're out, you learned your lesson, you move on. But then when you're working on a feature film, these things take a lot more time. Sometimes they take months, sometimes they take years, and especially when you're on an indie level, right? You want to try to push yourself. These things will take years because, one, you have a full-time job. Two, this is your second full-time job. So working with that, you're bound to take time, and that's going to take for a longer bit of time than you're expecting. So when you're working on something for so long, it's just going to hit at you over and over and over again. But you just got to know that everything is going to move regardless. Trust your gut. Trust the people around you. You'll be fine, and you will feel like shit a lot of the times, and it's gonna suck. It's gonna suck a lot, but eventually you'll get through it, and eventually you'll have a film done, and then you work on the next one. And it's up to you what to do after that. Do you want to stop making films? Fine. Do you want to make a short after that? Cool. It's a good respite. Go back to basics. Or do you want to make another feature film? You just remember all the things you're going to go through and just know that you'll be okay at the end of it. But, yeah. So I went through a lot of that. And I'm still here. So just know that when you go through your feature film, you're going to go through the same things, and it's going to suck, but you'll make it. So just breathe.